Welcome to Board Games Christians Can Play. Today I am going to talk to you about Forest Shuffle, a very beloved card game. It plays 2 to 5 players in about 60 minutes and it's age 10 plus. So it's so clever because it has a stack of cards and you remove however many cards for however many people there are. So I'm going to set it up for a 2-player game. So you remove 30 cards out of the deck. So I've already done that. And I've already shuffled the cards. So you divide them into 3 equal stacks pretty much. Try your best to do it. So the bottom stack, you're gonna put in 2 winter cards. They're called winter cards and you shuffle them in however you want. And then you put the 3rd winter card on top. And then you stack your other 2 stacks on top. And this is your draw pile. And you put it to the right side of the board. This is called the clearing, and it's got 2 sides. This one has animals, and the other one has mushrooms, and it's brighter. It has 1 mushroom, but I love mushrooms, so I choose to play on this side usually. Okay, and then these are both, they're called caves, or caves. And I will tell you later on what the cave does. And then these are descriptive cards about what each animal is for scoring and tells you how to play. So they're reference cards if you need them. So you decide who goes first. The person that last took a walk in the forest gets to go first. So that would be me. So what you do is you draw 6 cards and we'll look at them. What you do, you have to make a forest, your own forest. Each person makes their own forest, and to get started in your forest, you need to play a tree. So I have a birch tree here. So I will play it, and it is free. So that's the end of my turn, and whenever I play a birch tree, I can draw 1 card. So that's what I'll do. And then whenever you play a tree, you also have to put a card from the top of the deck into the clearing after you have paid for your tree card. So now it's the next person's turn. And let's see what they've got. So they're gonna play an oak tree. If you happen to draw 6 cards at the beginning and there is no tree, you're allowed to take a mulligan and get rid of them all and draw again to see if you get a tree, but I would never recommend that. Trees are very frequent. There is going to be no problem getting trees later on. And also, if you don't have trees, you're going to have pretty valuable animal cards. So I would be hanging on to my cards. You're allowed to have a 10-card limit in your hand, so there is no harm in drawing some more. So this oak, it costs 2 cards. And if you happen to be able to pay it with this color, this binoculars on every card is called a bonus. So if you can pay it with 2 cards of that leaf symbol or that color, I cannot though. I have blue, green, red, orange, yellow, green. Different shades of green, so not one single other ones that look like that. So I cannot pay for it. I know that some people hang on to cards until they can match the colors to pay for them, but I tend to not do that because you waste a lot of turns and the bonus that it gives you is usually not that huge. This one is if you pay 2 cards with that color, you get to take another turn, but honestly, that's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna get rid of my tree card and then we'll get rid of this owl card. And then since I put down this, I have to place another card into the clearing from the deck. Each of these tree cards gives different bonuses. So if you have all 8 tree species in your forest, you're gonna get 10 points. And the points are denoted by these acorns. Acorns give you points. So let's say that it's this guy's turn again, and he wants to play this large tortoise shell, this butterfly. So you can have an option. You can play the bottom part, which are blackberries, and they score you 2 points for every plant that you have in your forest, or you can play the butterfly. I'm gonna play the butterfly, and it tucks on top. It doesn't cost anything, but the more different butterflies you get, you will get more points. I'm just gonna play this guy right now, but we are technically switching back and forth, but I just wanna show you some other cards here. So let's pretend he can't play. He can either draw 2 cards from the clearing or 2 cards from the deck. And these are really good cards in the clearing, so why not draw those 2? And then it would be my turn. I want to draw 2 cards from the deck. So I drew 2 cards, I drew 2 tree cards. And so now that's it, I'm done my turn. Now it's his turn. This one is, he decides that he wants to play a European hare. It is free and it tucks on the side of your tree. So that's what you do. You can either play either side of the card or top and bottom of your card around your tree. And once you have a tree that has everything around it, it is called a fully occupied tree. And there are some animals that score when you have a fully occupied tree. So you really have to pay attention of what each card says and how you can multiply your points. It's just such a clever, mind-bending game. You really have to pay attention and really decide what cards you want to draw. If you draw from the clearing, I draw from the clearing a lot because I can use them as payment cards for the good cards that I have in my hand. Some people like to draw from the decks to refresh and to risk getting more good cards in their hand. The problem with drawing from the deck quite quickly is that winter will come. And once you reveal all 3 winter cards, that is the end of the game. There is no everybody else gets another turn. Nope. Once you get the winter card, everybody stops. Oh, 2 winter cards were right on top of each other. So, as soon as you see this card, it stops. And then you add up all your points. First, it's all your tree values. And then, see this birch, it only gets 1 point, but it is free. Let's see some other trees. These beeches will score you 5 acorns, but you have to have at least 4 in your forest in order to score. So you might want to try and get beeches, and there are animals that require to be attached to only a beech. These European hares are valuable because you can stack them. You can stack lots of European hares, one after the another, on the same space, so they don't take space around the tree. There are some cards. Let's see if I can find one. This fire salamander is really valuable. If you can get at least 3 of them, that's 25 points. That's really good. This violet carpenter bee is also a very good card because you can attach it to a tree and it counts as 1 more of that tree. So I need 4 beech trees. This will now mean that I have 2 beech trees. So that's valuable. Here's another European hare. I can add it to this one. This horse chestnut, the more horse chestnuts you get, the more higher value points you get. If you have 7 or more, you get 49 points. That's a really good one. Here's another European hare. So I can tuck it with that European hare. And now I have 4 European hares, and they count a point for each European hare in your forest. So that would be 4 times 4, which is 16. So right there is 16 points. These linden trees are worth 1 point, but if you have more than anybody else, then it counts as 3 points each. I'm gonna put some cards in the clearing now and show you what happens next. Once you get 10 trees into the clearing, that's it. No more drawing from the clearing. They get wiped out and taken out of the game. So you really want to keep your eye out on what cards are in there, and if they're valuable cards, you better snag them because they will be gone. There are cards that tell you to put the cards from the clearing or cards from your hand into your cave. You would just put them under your cave, and then those are each worth a point at the end of the game. So cards in your cave are pretty valuable. If for some strange reason you don't have any tree cards and you don't want to keep drawing to get tree cards, you can turn the card over and you can use this side as a tree card. It's called a sapling, but it's not very valuable. It doesn't get you any points. It's just a place for you to put cards around. But I've never had to experience that myself. We've always had tons of trees to draw from and play. I have played this game with 2, 3, 4, and 5 players, and it plays so nicely at all of them. I love it at all player counts, and everybody that I have taught it to have really enjoyed this game, and they keep wanting to play it over and over again. Even my brother, who is not a gamer, enjoys this game. It is just such a fun, puzzly juggling act of where to put your cards, what cards to keep, what cards to use as payment. And of course, it's all about nature, and God created nature. So this game definitely gets a 2-fish rating from me. I highly recommend it, and I hope you can get your hands on it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.